10 and 10. 10. 10.
Are you saying different words?
Yes.
Sounds like you're saying 10, 10, 10.
I know, but I'm trying. Like, it's really hard for me.
Mm-hmm. 10. 10.
10. I get... See?
How about in?
In.
10.
10.
No.
There's something that...
It's so hard.
That a lot of people out here say it, and I've noticed, like, even Sean says it. I think it's a Utah thing, but they say like, instead of saying, like, jail, they say gel. Like, gel.
You went to jail.
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 Go straight to jail.
Jail. Oh, you say it too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Weird.
Straight to jail.
Weirdos out here.
Freaking Utahns. They're so bored and different.
Going straight to jail.
Apparently
For
I
your
say
hair?
warm wrong.
You don't say it wrong.
I say it
You pronounce it. Say it. You say
warm.
it.
Warm.
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 No, you're saying it differently than you usually say it. You usually say warm.
You people say warm.
No.
And I say warm. Like A-R-M. Arm. Warm.
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 It's kind of warm. He
Warm.
says warm.
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 Warm is what you say.
Yes.
Warm.
Warm.
I used to try being so different because, like, the way my mom pronounces things is like if she says sausages, it'll be like sausages. Or like
Sausages.
Or ginger ale would be Cinderella. Anyways, she always said mayonnaise, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to start saying it. So I went out with my coworkers one time, and I was like, can someone pass the mayonnaise? And everybody stayed quiet. If I would have known how cringy that was, like...
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, I was like, mayonnaise? Anybody have the mayonnaise?
Your mom can pull it off, but you can't.
Yeah, I could not. Yeah, no.
Mayonnaise.
Not at all.
Anything that has an S, like at the beginning of it, my mom adds an H to it. So like s'mores. I don't know what other words start with S now.
Shit.
Poppin'.
What?
Shex.
Shex.
Sexy.
Shex.
Shuck it.
Cuff it.
Oh.
That's your mom. She's over here saying shuck it. Just kidding.
I regret bringing that up.
Such a Georgia. Is that like a Georgia thing?
No, I think that's just a Jerry Ann thing. Because she comes up with all these different kinds of words. One time she couldn't figure out, like, there was something dropped in her house and it made this huge, like, big sound. So she was describing it to my dad, and she's like, it just sounded like kablam yow. And so now, whenever we try to, like, say, like, oh, it's this, we just say that word. So it's going to become like a family thing.
Have you guys ever seen... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, just as soon as you said that, I pictured, like, the comic books, like, kablam yow.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking of That's So Raven. Have you ever seen when the dad was, like, having his own show, cooking show, and he's like, my catchphrase is kapowie. Anyways.
Oh my gosh, that unlocked.
Yeah. Mayonnaise.
Is that your catchphrase?
Yeah,
Mayonnaise.
kapowie. Yeah, kapowie for this episode. Speaking of... Hi everybody, welcome to our new setup here in Sean and Cooper's place. And it is gorgeous, wouldn't you guys agree? Everybody? Huh? Come on, Cooper.
Yeah, I agree.
I know Cooper agrees. He's the one who set it up. No, I'm joking.
It's definitely more comfy than our last...
Way more comfortable, and I feel like it's
area.
not so awkward, like we're actually like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that it was awkward, like, upstairs,
Felt
but...
like a business meeting.
Just a little bit.
This
Just
is
a little
chill
bit.
vibes.
I know. I love it out here.
Yeah, and we're
Chill.
going back to basics too, because I mean, like, this is how it all started. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I'm None.
I'm Cooper.
I'm Blakely.
I'm Sean.
And this is the Fake Bitzes podcast. And I really wanted to talk about a few things tonight that have to do with movies, because I am a movie lover. I love to watch movies. I know these three over here love to watch movies because, I mean, that's what we do in our fun time. Like, that's what we do. We watch movies. But yeah, no, I love any kind of music.
I'm laughing because the way that you said it was like nobody else in the world watches movies.
Yeah, it's exclusive to our
revolutionary.
group.
It's us.
Yeah, so this is where you'll get the facts and the knowledge from for movies. But anyways, I personally love movies because it just takes me into a different world, as cliche as it sounds. But one thing that I do like about movies, if it could bring any kind of like emotions out of me, or like if I'm sad, scared, or like, I don't know, I like to cry. I like to cry a lot during movies because that's how I know the movie is good.
Also, it doesn't take a lot to make you cry.
I'm a little bitch sometimes, okay? It's cancer season over here.
Is it still?
No, but, well...
No, Nate? Yes.
All year long.
But it's actually Libra season right now.
Oh, also Libra's in the house.
Scales come through.
Okay.
Balance.
Yeah.
Enough of the cancer. Just kidding.
I thought you said scales as in like fish scales. I was like, ew.
That's what I thought.
No.
Gel. Anyways, what do you guys like enjoy watching movies or?
No, I hate it.
I knew it. I knew they would hate it.
And it's our least favorite thing to do.
Yeah, least favorite thing.
I love movies. It's just I love sharing a new movie with people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like rewatching movies that everybody's seen, but if there's one person in the room that hasn't seen it yet, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the times they are showing me like great movies that I've never even heard of before, and I'll be like, when did this come out? But also, Cooper's great to watch movies with because he brings out facts and like things you will never even think about. He'll be like, oh, you know, this song is from the 18th century.
Yeah, I'm the annoying guy.
Those facts.
We'll pause the movie and tell you stuff about it.
Right, like, we're going to be watching somebody's face like this for like 30 minutes. But anyways, I wanted to start off with our favorite musicals because I feel like when we first started watching movies, it was just like a list of musicals that, like, an unwritten list of musicals that they have shown me. And I have to say, out of all the musicals that I've watched so far, my top favorite, and I have to say this in case it's on anybody else's list.
He's going first this time.
Yeah, that's why I'm going first.
this time.
Specifically, I just love Chicago. I feel like it was done perfectly. Was that on anybody else's list? See, that's why I went first. Hope you have a backup. Anyways, yeah, no, personally, I love Chicago. I feel like I've never seen the Broadway play, but I feel like the way they made the movie into a performance and has a lot of the Broadway aspects of it, I feel like it was creatively done. And my favorite song on that movie changes like every time. It used to be Funny Honey, but now it's Nowadays. The Roxy's version. Roxy's Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Roxy Heart.
Yeah, I totally had that one, but I thought of it last minute because I also haven't seen it on Broadway, and so I'm glad we're specifically talking about movies because I feel like that's where I'm more exposed to musicals as movies. I've only seen a couple Broadway shows.
Same.
And yeah, exactly what you said. They like really turn it into a performance. Like I could see how that movie plays out on stage just from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Catherine Zeta-Jones, like,
Oh, 100%.
I don't want to see any other cast because I love her so freaking much.
She did
so
amazing.
good.
She started off on Broadway, and you know the guy who played...
Come in with the facts. I don't know
Okay,
that.
he taught me a lot. But she started off on Broadway. And if this is wrong, please let us know, because we're fake. But anyways, what for sure, I know the guy who was the husband to Roxy Hart, he started off on Broadway, and a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, because people think he started off on, like, Never Been Kissed.
The Wreck-It Ralph guy?
Yeah, Step Brothers guy. Yeah, he started off on Broadway. So people were really shocked when they found out that he could sing. Isn't that crazy?
He only got one song, though.
Yeah, and it's really underrated. But I feel like that was the whole point. I feel like that's...
one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
feel
thought
like...
he was here in the room with us. That was crazy.
Yeah. I was actually bringing out my inner Kurt from Glee. Because that's what his audition song. Oh my gosh. Perfect audition song for him, by the way. Kurt from Glee. Kurt, right?
The guy who's sitting in the chair.
He looks at me like...
You didn't watch Glee?
Kurt's the
No,
gay
I did.
kid.
I watched a little bit of it.
Oh,
but,
Kurt,
like,
the...
Yeah. Duh. Like Glee.
Okay,
So-
come on, enlighten me. Talk more.
Oh yeah, Kurt, yeah. Mhm. High School Musical. Watch it.
High School Musical.
No, Glee.
Fake it.
Fake bits.
bits.
I'm just going down this path. It's wrong. It's
Yeah.
all wrong.
Is
Back to
High
the
School
movies.
Musical yours? Is that
It's
why
on
you're
my
jumping
list.
on that?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Is it?
And
That's why she said.
Do you guys have a few on your list?
I have two.
I do have a few.
Wait. I want to say something about Chicago. Hold on. I feel like we started this musical list because I don't like musicals. And so you guys were like, oh, you have to watch this. That's how it started. And so when we watched Chicago, I don't know what I was expecting, but what we watched was not what I was expecting, like, at all.
That's exactly how I felt when I was shown it for the first time, too.
Would I watch it again? Probably not. I'm sorry. I don't really like
fine.
musicals.
Should we watch it tonight?
Yeah. Blakely, when are you going? No,
kidding. I've been at work all day. I'm going home after this. But, like, sorry.
That's okay.
The dancing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the dancing, yeah.
Costumes.
Yeah, everything. And Richard Gere, that's Silver Fox. Can I just give a shout out? If you're listening, please hit us up. Richard
My number is...
Yeah, if you have nothing else to do with your time, please hit us up.
You know, I didn't understand why he was like a heartthrob until I recently, like last week, I watched Pretty Woman for the first time. And, yeah, my first time.
Mm.
And I loved it. And I loved him in it. Like, I see it now.
I used to get him confused with the old guy in Legally Blonde.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking
Who's
about?
also in Titanic?
Yeah,
He
George
gives me the
Washington.
creeps.
Yeah, you know he's gay in real life.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And he's really great. He's a really good actor in everything I've ever seen him in.
Mm-hmm.
But for something about his face, gives me the creeps.
I feel like I just don't like his hair. I don't know. It gives like President Washington. Like, I'm just not a fan, but
I see all those things that you're
So
saying.
fuck President Washington too.
yeah, fuck him. He's only $1. It's all about the Benjamins.
Well, speaking of George Washington, my number one musical is Hamilton. That is the one that I love. I think the music's great. I fell in love with the music first because of Cooper. Fell in love with the music first, then loved the musical. I think it's very well done.
Oh, 100%. I started watching it because of Cooper, too. And I feel like my first impression of it was, this is so different, but it was actually really well written by Lin-Manuel. And I love his music and his writing.
It took me a long time to get into Hamilton because I really don't like rap. Or I didn't like rap at the time. I like it more now. But I think what Hamilton does is it's very sophisticated rap. Like, to rhyme cuckold in your rap, like, that's impressive. And it also tells a story that is mostly accurate, which is cool to kind of teach this younger generation about a story that's important to our history. I was going to put it on my list, but I was like, does it count as a movie? I want them to make it into like a full-scale movie, and I hope that they do, and I wish that they would use some of the original cast. Not Lynn, sorry, he can't sing, but everybody else.
Can't.
Yeah. I want Philippa Sue. I want David Diggs. I don't know if I'm saying his name right.
Yeah.
Is he the one who played the king?
No, but you loved him.
I loved him. I thought he was great, and he had my favorite song.
That's Jonathan Goff.
David
Who
Diggs.
is also
Mormon.
Whoa.
He looks it.
Yeah.
Kristoff from Frozen.
Oh, I feel like you told me that before.
Probably
That's
while
right.
we were watching Hamilton, I paused it. And
Yeah.
told you.
What? Very
I know
random.
it was you because you did the same thing to me. You're like, oh, you know who that is, right?
in Glee.
In Glee, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is in Glee.
Who was he?
Back to Glee.
He's, what's her name?
Rachel's boyfriend from Vocal Adrenaline.
Idina Menzel's student. Yeah.
Fake bitch.
I'm so fake.
Yeah. Hamilton's a great one. I hope they make it into a movie. I'm excited for the Wicked movie.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
that's
me
another
too.
one that I wanted to put on my list for musicals.
Yeah.
But
I
haven't
can't
seen
wait
the
to
movie
see
yet.
SpongeBob in that. No, I'm joking.
Oh my
You're being
god.
fake.
Yeah. Because the guy who plays SpongeBob in Broadway is also in that movie.
Oh.
Also the one who cheated with Ariana Grande, but...
You're kidding.
He-
That's
Yes.
him?
Yeah, he played
Ew.
SpongeBob.
Is he playing Fiero?
I have
Is that
no
the
idea.
character he's playing in Wicked?
Either that or the
Possibly.
wizard. There's like no other male roles.
What are your thoughts, Blakely?
Okay. I might need you to get out IMDb because I'm spacing his name.
The guy who played SpongeBob in Broadway?
No. He's in Bridgerton. He's also in the Wicked, the new Wicked. I'm pretty sure. Jonathan Bailey? I think? No?
Did he have an
really
affair with
hot.
Ariana Grande?
No. He's gay. He's gay.
Oh, okay.
So did he have an affair with
Frankie Grande.
Who does he play in Bridgerton?
Anthony.
Lord Anthony Bridgerton?
Yes.
Jonathan Bailey is right.
Yay!
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's in the new movie.
Wicked?
Yes. He
You
is
think that's
fine.
Mhm. Yeah,
He's
he's cute.
very hot.
Mm.
Just all the good ones are gay. It's really, honestly.
I know. Isn't it great?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see that. I see him playing Fiyero, and maybe the SpongeBob guy plays the wizard.
Or a monkey.
Seriously? Like
They wouldn't have to do much. No, I'm joking. Oh, man. Yeah.
Okay, well, my musical was Les Mis.
No.
And sorry, I
He's erasing it.
well, join me here because
Oh, yeah, no.
I hesitated talking about it because I've never seen it on Broadway, and I'm sure there's so many people that are going to be like, oh my gosh, Broadway's so much better than the movie. A lot of people didn't like the movie. I loved it because that was actually the first time that I saw it. Any of the music, like, that was the first for me. And I feel like what they did well in the movie is bring in the emotion of the songs and the characters. The acting was phenomenal. I don't think that can be contested. The singing, maybe not as great as Broadway, but it's because they were putting more of the emotion into it. And to come through with the facts,
Mm-hmm.
all of the cast had earpieces for their songs in their ears, and they were kind of letting the live piano player, they were able to lead the timing of the song and take as long as they want and take pauses as long as they want, and the piano player followed their lead. And I think that's cool because it really became like passionate.
That is super cool. That is instead of like having a pre-track or a recorded track.
And it's one of the first times they did that, where they sang live for the takes. Not one of the first times, but one of the few times that Hollywood has done that.
Wow. I didn't know that. And I think I love Les Mis because the music is good. And then I love the movie because I feel like to do an adaptation of a musical, they did really well. And I like the what Hollywood has as like setting the scenes, the environment, all of that, instead of just like stage props. And so I was like, okay, they're like pulling a ship in from sea. They're like all that stuff. I was like, wow, this is cool. I feel way more immersed into the actual story versus, having to use my imagination more on the stage setting. The singing, yes, I definitely can see that. But like you said, it's all like, I hella cried a lot through that movie. So it's like, I didn't lose any emotion with the difference in the singing quality. And yeah, Les Mis, like, definitely songs that I'll skip because it's like straight singing through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the songs that are good are like so good. And there's like a good amount of them. I would say probably half
of them are ones that I wouldn't skip.
Exactly. Yeah, I would not skip those.
I was going to say, like, my only thing with that movie, because I hella love that movie. It's definitely one of my top favorite musicals. But the only thing that I would, like, not change, because I feel like it would change the entire movie, but if it would be different, I probably wouldn't care. Like, some parts, because it is straight singing throughout the entire movie, I feel like some parts they're just like trying to come up with a melody as we're going on to fill in this space. But other than that, I thought the musical was really great. I would watch it like 100 times more because it's that good. And also, it's like one of those movies where it's just sad. Like, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. It's just like really depressing.
And it's called The Miserables, so...
It's very on brand for its name, but honestly, I would watch it again. It's beautifully done. Beautifully done.
And yeah, I totally agree with what you said. Like, I don't like the filler singing. It's not necessary. And they could have acted that out. But I think that's the way it was when it was written. And it was written by Not Andrew Lloyd Webber?
No.
Okay.
Lin-Manuel?
No.
No, but it's supposed to be like an opera, kind of, where it's the whole thing is sung. I think there's only like 3 speaking lines in the whole thing. So.
And that's what I really struggle with, which is actually kind of a miracle that I like Hamilton.
Yeah.
I think I resonate more with Hamilton because I do like that type of music more. That's what I grew up with. Les Mis is really hard for me because it is just straight operatic music. I will agree, like, the setting and the scenery in the actual movie is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And then I love that fact that the piano player went with the singer. Because as a musician myself, it's very easy to get into your rhythm and into your time and not want to wait for what else is happening around you. That is a sign of a very talented musician.
Well, especially with songs that have been done so many times for so many years. Like, this is how it's played.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to change that up and do it different. I'm glad you like that fact, because I'm coming at you with another one.
Oh, come on.
When you were saying about...
with Les Mis.
Almost that last thing for me. The sets.
Wait, I have a few facts.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Sorry, Blake Lay. No.
The sets.
I was not invited when we watched this movie.
You didn't watch it with us?
No, I watched it with you, but
Oh.
not when I wasn't invited.
She didn't want to come.
Oh, okay. The sets. When they build the barricade, they're throwing all the furniture down, and they just built it, like, on set in real time, and then went with what they built. And the cast just put it together. And I watched, like, the behind the scenes, and that's how I know the fact. But the cast was saying, like, that was a really cool moment to really feel like they were part of this, like, revolution thing. And that part, it all... For pretty much from that part on, I'm in tears.
That part made me cry too, especially that little kid. But also, I knew that fact thanks to Cooper. So,
See, from that part on, I'm like falling asleep because I'm like, I'm done.
she's like, I'm gonna Les Mis.
Honestly, the most like notable thing though for Les Mis is Cooper really wanted to show it to me, and so we were watching it. And for those of you that have Apple TV, you can talk into it. And Cooper said it in a French accent, like to pull it up.
Just to be extra.
Yes. We didn't think it was going to work. Actually, I had no idea that was happening, so I was really shocked that it actually came out of his mouth. But when he did it, Apple Music or Apple TV knew exactly what he was talking about and pulled it right up and started playing it. And I was like, wow, that is talent.
I guess I have a pretty good French accent.
I was like, that's a French-ass name.
So whenever I think of Les Mis, I think of that moment, and that makes me laugh. And that's kind of like where my love for Les Mis dies.
And now I remember you and I watched it together, and then when we watched it with Nonate, you weren't invited because you didn't want to come.
Yeah, I said, I'll pass. Actually, I think you said, I don't think you're going to watch it. I said, no.
Is it La Fonda? No. Wait.
For what?
That's a French ass name. What is it?
Yvonne. Wow, I didn't think anybody was going to get that reference.
That's a French ass name.
Have you guys ever seen Mad TV?
Oh yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Can I have your number?
Can I get your number? Yes.
Can I have it?
Yeah, I love that. Anyways, sorry, Sean.
Oh no, it's okay. My number one musical is man, I have a list. So, but the list, I think
Now I don't feel bad for taking.
I can choose.
High School Musical too.
No.
Because you were in that one?
Oh my gosh,
That's
you
the
were.
one I wasn't in.
Oh.
Fake fan. Fake bitches.
But he was in 1 and 3.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
pretty
If
cool.
y'all didn't know, Sean's a High
Three's
School
a
Musical
movie.
star.
They're all movies.
I guess yeah.
But like a theater release.
Okay.
So number one musical. Oh my gosh, Kay. I'm gonna go with Enchanted.
Ooh.
Why didn't I think
Surprising.
of that one?
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just gonna tell you my list. I have Enchanted, Sweeney Todd, Mamma Mia 2, the second one,
Yes.
Dreamgirls.
That's still on our list. We haven't.
I haven't seen Dreamgirls yet, but I hear lots of good things about
You
it.
haven't?
Mm-mm.
I thought you had. I thought I was the only one that
You
had.
haven't? I'm just
No.
kidding. I know you did. You haven't.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
have not.
Dreamgirls, so good.
Sorry, what were the other ones on your list?
Oh, Enchanted, Sweeney Todd, Mamma Mia 2.
Yeah, okay, so Sweeney Todd, used to love that musical so much, but sometimes, like, when I see people's reaction towards it and I, like, notice the things that people are noticing, I tend to, like, not like it because, I don't know, fake. But also, we watched it with Cooper and Blakely, and they were you guys fans of it?
Hold on. Cooper has his face, so I'm going to go before Cooper speaks.
Yeah.
Putting this out there, again, I struggle with musicals that are straight music. Sweeney Todd was a little different because it had speaking parts in it that I really liked. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it, which I was actually really scared because it was one that I really wanted to get into. Plus, I love Johnny Depp. And I did like it. Would I ever watch it again? No.
I feel the same way. I mean, you said exactly what I would say. Really fun cast. Love Helena Bonham Carter. Mm-hmm. They killed it. Alan Rickman killed it. I don't know his name, but the young kid that sings the Joanna song, he killed it too. Really great cast. It's the story for me. I don't see why that needed to be made into a story. And only a few of the songs were good in my opinion.
Let's make a musical about cats.
You don't like cats. Okay.
But
I'm just saying.
I did when I was
There's musicals about random things out there.
Oh, you're so right.
Hairspray.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Which is actually a really good musical.
Which I love. It used to be my number one until I rewatched Chicago with y'all. Hairspray used to be my number one, but Chicago's just way too good. Also, with Mamma Mia 2, I'm torn. Like, I don't know which one I like more. I feel like the first one I definitely enjoyed a little bit better because it was the first one, and I always like the first one's better. But I do like the soundtrack on Mamma Mia 2.
That's what I'd say. I'd say the music from the second one is better than the music from the first one. And I love Lily James.
See, I think I agree with Sean. I love both of them, but I think the second one is better than the first. Which is a rare thing to say, that the second is better than the first. But I feel like they did such a solid job on the second one.
Definitely the storyline plot, I feel like, flows way better in the second one. But they're both good. And Cher.
And
Cher, you still get
a cameo.
You still get Homegirl.
Meryl. Yeah, she was my favorite part in the second movie. I teared up.
Yeah.
I thought it was so beautiful.
She's in the second one? I thought she's dead.
She is.
Spoiler.
She makes an appearance. It's pretty great.
As an angel.
Okay, y'all are pulling my leg, right?
No, did we not watch this?
No, I've seen this movie like 3 times.
Well, and you don't remember Meryl's part?
Dude.
Well, it was such a small part.
Cooper knows, because I'll video him all the time and be like, this never happened. And then he'll message me back and be like, it's been there the whole time.
She has the worst memory with movies, and I'm the opposite. I have the worst memory with everything else. But I remember movies really well.
To the script.
Yeah.
Line by line.
Yeah, no.
For real. He can watch it once and it's like memorized.
Actually, twice. The first time, it's kind of a blur. Second time, I have it memorized.
That's still annoying.
Also, one thing about Cooper is he loves to quote movies, like, especially, like, if it matches, like, whatever we're talking about. He's really good at that. Anyways.
Wait, Sean didn't do his Enchanted.
Oh, sorry, please.
We totally cut him off.
Were you going to sing for us?
Yeah, what was I going to do?
Tell us about Enchanted.
Oh. It's so good. It's you just wanted to talk about Enchanted, didn't you? Okay, yeah. So good. Amy Adams, like, I feel like perfect actress for the role. And the story was great. The music was great. The whole, like, changing from the animated world to the real world was great. Costume, all of it. The ball, I love the ball that they go to.
Yes. Her dress.
Oh, all of it.
It's funny and so quotable.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
great
very
music.
quotable.
It's cool that they brought Alan Menken back, who did a lot of the music from the popular 90s Disney movies, Beauty and the Beast.
Renaissance era.
Good job. Little Mermaid. All of the... Good job. Gold star for you, Sean.
Yes.
Yeah, and it shows that it's his work because that music's really good.
Anybody watch the second one?
No. Because that came out in the woke era.
Yeah, and I'm really scared.
Yeah, I don't want to watch anything that comes out now.
Yeah.
They're going to ruin it.
Until 2025, we're going to skip the movie theater.
Which is so sad. Because we're talking about movies, so I feel like I can talk about this. Is I loved going to the movies. As a kid, as a teenager, early college years, like, loved going to the movies. I was always excited, looking forward to whatever, saved my movie tickets, and then in the last couple of years, I'm like, it has to really draw me to be able to go. I think the last movie that I've seen in theaters because I wasn't invited by somebody else, but it was actually like something that I wanted to go see was Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, and even that, it was good, but not amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of mediocre.
But I mean, it had Harry Styles in it.
Okay, I was literally about to say that. I was like, I know the reason why you wanted to go see that.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh yeah, Harry Styles, which, by the way, I do feel like he did a pretty decent job than what I expected him to do. I thought he was pretty okay.
He surprised me. I thought he did really well.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and I'm a little jealous of Florence Pugh. Just a little bit.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I know!
And I'm jealous of Harry Styles because of Florence Pugh. Like,
oh,
she
yeah.
is so damn not when it comes to her. Like,
not on Tuesdays.
She's gorgeous.
Not on Tuesdays. It's Wednesday.
Not on Pooh's days.
Okay.
Pew's days.
I have told you guys that I would turn for Florence Pugh. I love her.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Blakely wished that she could just insert herself in between Florence and Harry.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my gosh, can I watch?
Okay, no. Sorry, private show.
Dang it. Yeah, but sorry, one thing, because you were just talking about how, like, you don't like to go to movies as much anymore. And I feel like it's because a lot of the story lines, the plot lines, they're overused. And I feel like they have to water down a lot of their content now because of how offended people get nowadays. And people are just sharing their opinions. So, like, I do feel like they watered down a lot of movies in today's society. But, like, back in the 2000s, movies were lit. But anyways, And
it's a lot of, we talk about this a lot, it's a lot of the, like, Disney Channel humor. And that's what I refer to it as. But it's like the stuff that is stupid that they think is funny, and I'm just like, this is not entertaining. And you can come at me for this, but I feel like a lot of the Marvel movies have moved that way.
Oh my gosh,
it's not funny.
They're cringy.
Yes.
Everything is cringy. And it's like, who's writing this? Who's approving this quality of acting and comedy and humor? Because it's flat, like, bad. And it's every single movie. I shouldn't say every single movie. There's been some good ones, some diamonds in the rough. But there's, like, most of what Disney's put out, both on Disney Plus and in theaters, the past 3 years has been, and everything since Avengers or Endgame. I would say maybe Black Widow was, because that came out shortly after.
I thought Black Panther was good.
Black Panther 2, yeah, that one was good.
Wakanda Forever.
That one's good.
That's the best, in my opinion, best Marvel movie since Endgame.
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely co-sign because
Oh, I like that.
bad. They've been bad, and exactly what you're saying. So come at all of us. Waste of time movies.
Because we don't care.
what I want to talk about next is movies that we cannot stand. And that...
Okay, I guess we're not talking about nostalgia.
Nostalgic? Was that the next one on the list?
Kidding.
Oh my gosh, I totally don't have... Oh, never mind. It's right here.
Gotta let the host
I
Blakely.
know.
Sorry, let's move on to nostalgic movies.
No, I'm kidding. You can do whatever you want to do.
It's okay, Blakely. It's okay.
I'm a little bossy.
Oh, she's bossy.
I learned from the best.
He's bossy. Just
We've
kidding.
been friends for too long.
Anyways, let's move on to our nostalgic movies. I actually have a few, and I feel like since Sean shared his entire list, I want to share mine. Okay, so one that will always be nostalgic for me is Harriet the Spy. I feel like every time I look at or watch that movie, I'm like transported to a different time, which I guess is what nostalgia means. But I just love all the gadgets. I love the fashion in that movie. I also like wanted to like go buy a block of cheese, like because of the movie. I love like food scenes in movies, and one of their friends was buying a block of cheese. Have you guys ever seen Harriet the Spy?
When it came out, and I don't remember it.
Oh my goodness. I thought this was going to be super relatable. I guess not. But it's a good movie. Let's add it to our list.
But you have a list too, right?
Yes, I do. But I don't think that you guys might find these movies nostalgic. Have you guys ever seen The Rundown with The Rock?
No, but it came up on a podcast that I was listening to the other day. It's the first time I've ever heard of it. So I'm like shocked.
That's been happening
Surprised
to
that
me.
you're bringing that up. Like, that's insane.
Yes.
That's been happening to me so much. Of stuff that I hear, TV or whatever, or in life, vice versa. It's crazy. Something in the universe.
Yeah, I do love The Rundown. It's pretty great. Have you guys ever seen iRobot?
Oh, yeah.
It's with Will Smith.
I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
I saw it in theaters with my dad, and that's it.
I just, like, those movies are just nostalgic to me because I used to have them on DVDs. Yes.
I do like that movie.
I did like it.
I don't think I liked iRobot. That's all I remember.
I feel like it's referenced so much in pop culture as far as like dystopian AI and
AI.
all this talk of AI.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people are talking about iRobot, and so I think I want to see it because
You haven't seen it?
No.
And you haven't? Oh, you
No,
didn't?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if
I'd be
it's
down to
list
see it
worthy,
again.
to be honest.
Oh.
really?
I
I mean, it's
don't.
been on my watch list for a long time. Not one that I necessarily need to watch with a group.
Mhm.
I'm like, do I remember it differently? Because
I just like it because it just has a bunch of memories for me. The storyline's okay.
Mm.
It's like Pitch Perfect. Do you guys like Pitch Perfect?
I do.
I liked it.
I
I only saw the first one.
Storyline's okay, harmony's okay. That's how I feel about that. But
Tell us how you really feel. Just did.
just
yeah.
okay.
Esther Dean was my favorite part of that movie. Anyways, what about you, Blakely? Since you want to talk about your nostalgia movie so much. No, I'm joking.
Well, yeah, because it's everybody's favorite nostalgic movie, and mine's Mean Girls.
That's a good one.
It's good. It's still so, we've talked about this, like, it's still so relevant every time. Maybe not relevant, but it's relatable.
Yeah.
And yesterday was October
October
3rd.
3rd, I was just about to say
yeah.
that. Good
You're
timing.
wearing pink.
Wednesdays we wear pink.
Oh my God.
gosh.
Why
You did
did
that
I-
on purpose.
I did, but not for Mean Girls. I actually did it for the I Am Foundation, which, if you guys don't know about I Am Foundation, check it out. I Am Foundation on Instagram. Support for Maui, and we need it. So, go support.
You slay.
Slay.
Slay. Yes.
Back to me.
Yes.
Yeah. What is that?
Next level. Oh, I thought you were singing Next Level. I'm so fake.
No. Is that Missy Elliott song? When they're walking in the hallway?
You know,
On Mean Girls? Yeah.
Oh, and when she falls in the trash can? Yeah, it is that
Oh,
song. Yes.
Okay.
The fake Bitzes! They don't even know their movie!
No. I know what you're talking about now, but I was like, whoa, what's happening?
I think that shows
Yes.
that shows you as a Missy Elliott fan, not a Mean Girls fan.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It just shows that I'm not.
Oh. I don't know what.
But you wore the pink.
I wear pink.
But it's Blakely's answer, so tell us, Blakely.
Tell us, girl.
Mean Girls is super relatable. I love it every time I watch it. I don't go back and watch it and like cringe, like, ooh, I actually like this. It's like, oh yeah, this was quality. Tina Fey did an amazing job. It's just so good.
She
It's just
directed
so
that
good.
movie, right?
She directed and wrote it. And that's where I fell in love with Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams is one of my favorite all-time actresses. Lindsay Lohan, I feel like, peaked in that movie, and then she just kind of and now she's doing great.
She's coming back.
Yes.
I believe in her.
So, that movie is just so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we got introduced to, for me, like, Amanda Seyfried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's had a great career. Mamma Mia 2. Like, Les Mis. Like, it's just a really, really good movie.
Where did Tina Fey go? Why is she not writing for us anymore? I feel like the last big thing she did was Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which I really enjoyed.
Mm.
But then she's kind of fallen off the earth.
She told me that she's sick of the woke shit. So she's like, I can't write a damn thing these days. So.
I don't blame her.
You have her on speed dial?
Yeah.
Get out.
Like, I'm sick of it too, girl. Just kidding.
There's a documentary style thing that David Letterman does on Netflix. It's like My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. And he interviews all these like top stars. And she's on it. And I think you would enjoy it. There's a couple, like I watched the whole thing just because I love watching interviews. But if you're interested, you could literally go in and pick and choose. Like they have Lizzo on there and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, Robert Downey Jr., Tina Fey. They just have all these. Ryan Reynolds, I believe, is on there.
It's David Letterman though. With
Yeah.
the beard.
Yeah.
He's creepy AF.
Oh my god, she was so creepy in the past,
Yes.
like with like Britney Spears.
Yes.
Oh my
Felt
gosh,
really bad.
yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Mm-hmm. I don't like him, but I want to watch a Tina Fey.
Sorry to shit on your show, but
Sorry, Cher was actually one of the people to put him in his place.
Oh yes,
that's
right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of respect for her.
So that's my nostalgic movie.
Sorry, what I wanted to say about Mean Girls is next year it's going to be 20 years since Mean Girls. When I think of Mean Girls, I feel like, oh, that was only like 6 years ago. Because I'm still like in 2010 era. But that's a whole 20 years.
Was that 2004?
2004.
Yeah.
Which also, White Chicks came out around that. And I loved White Chicks. But I know some people who are white.
Okay. So we had a movie night. This is before you moved out here. And we watched Time Traveler's Wife. Great movie. Rachel McAdams. The really hot British guy. And
He's British?
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet?
He's a child.
Oh, he is?
To me, I'm like, he's so... Yeah, he looks like a child to me.
And we finished that movie early, and so we were like, let's watch another one. And Sean and I were like, let's show Cooper White Chicks, it's so good. And after we watched it, Sean and I were both like, ooh, that's bad.
It just was hard to rewatch.
Yes.
I was like, damn.
So I had always wanted to see it because it's a pop culture phenomenon, and I've seen all the memes and everything, and so I'm like, I need to actually see this show. And I will say that I did laugh a couple times, and found it funny. I also found it very cringy. It felt very 2000s. And I'm glad that you brought it up, though, because I think of it when I compare Mean Girls. Because I feel like Mean Girls got the timelessness right. White Chicks feels very 2004. Mm-hmm. And Mean Girls feels timeless, where, just like you were saying, the jokes are still funny today. And even if you've heard them so many times, it's still funny. And I think I've said this before on this podcast, and I will say it again, Mean Girls teaches you about the atonement of Jesus Christ, and I love that.
I agree. That's why I baptized.
Mean Girls converted you.
But I loved...
Burn Book or Book of Mormon?
Oh, burn the book. No, I'm joking. Anyways, I'm joking. Cut it out.
You
sorry.
have been cut off.
Excommunicated. Just kidding. But I did like White Chicks because I feel like it was the last funny movie that I genuinely laughed at. And that was made in 2004. So it's been a while since I've seen a funny movie.
I was going to say, back when we were talking about like modern movies and everything, I was going to say the last movie that I laughed at was Super Mario movie.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It was
Loved
so good.
Loved it.
Such a good.
And also, if you're a Super Mario
nostalgic
fan, watch it. Very nostalgic.
Yeah, it's a newer movie, but very puts you back in like when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping off of Mean Girls from Lindsay Lohan, my nostalgic movie was The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap. I love that movie. I could watch it over and over again, and I do multiple times a year. It just makes me happy, and I think it's the nostalgia just of like I had it on DVD, so definitely rewatched it a lot, and I love that you get the sister's story and like you're all invested in that, but then towards the end it converts into kind of a grown-up rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
The romance between the parents, I get very invested in it because I love Dennis Quaid and I love Natasha Richardson.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Yeah.
R.I.P. Seriously.
Do you know how she died?
Yes.
Yes.
From what?
Skiing accident.
Damn.
Crashed into a tree. Yeah.
That is
She
so
was
sad.
Liam Neeson's wife.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
I think she's one of the most gorgeous women, like, to ever be on screen, honestly. I'm not even, like, overstating it. I think she's gorgeous.
I get her mixed up with Professor Trelawney.
I said Natasha Richardson. That's not it.
It's not? Can someone
I don't know her name.
Natasha Bedingfield, is that who
No.
No.
That's
Well,
the singer.
I know. I think I'm thinking that's who it is. It is Natasha Richardson. And the reason you get her mixed up with
I can't think of the name.
Emma.
Emma
Thompson.
Chamberlain? Oh. Emma Thompson.
Yeah, Emma Thompson.
She
Yeah,
might have
Chamberlain.
been married to Liam Neeson too. She was anyway. I don't even know. She was married to Kenneth Branagh. Is that who you're
Who
thinking?
is,
Let us know in the
Golden
comments.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Or fake Bitzes.
By the way, Emma Thompson, total growth. I'm just saying. I think she is gorgeous. Her and who was that lady in
Her and Nanny McPhee. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
that
she
one
just
too.
gets me.
No, she was like this. Hi. Yeah, I loved her. But anyways, what I wanted to say about Parent Trap is I love Chessie in that movie. She was my favorite character, and every time I see that part, if you haven't seen it, oh well, spoiler alert, you should have seen it by now. But I feel like Chessie's scene where she's like figuring out that it's Annie always makes me cry.
Me too.
I'm just like, oh, Chessie really loved these girls.
And
like,
she did a good job. Like, she's a good actress.
oh, 100%, yes.
And she's beautiful too.
Yeah, and back in the day, people used to think that she was really big, but she wasn't. If you look at her, if you watch that movie, she was not big. People's standards was just really, like, bad back then.
She has a big chest, and then she wore big, like
baggy.
blouses. Yeah, baggy blouse, which was the style.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulled it off so well. She's, yeah.
Her and Meredith Blake, or Elaine, I forgot her real name, but they're still really good friends today. And
Which
I
is
love
so
it.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that name, Chessie.
I do too.
It's very unique, very cute. I saw a TikTok, I think last night, about someone took a video of the vineyard. And they're like, I get to work here on the Parent Trap vineyard. And I thought of you. Because I was like, oh, I got to send this to Cooper. But then I was like, it's not a very good video. Sorry if that's your video.
If you're watching us.
Tell us how our video is.
Every time as a kid, though, that I would bring up the Parent Trap, which I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it in a very long time. But I would watch it a lot as a kid. My parents were like, oh, yeah, I love the old one. Have you ever seen the original? I haven't either.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of scared to watch it because I feel like it would ruin this one with Lindsay Lohan for me.
I did that with Freaky Friday. I watched the original Freaky Friday, and
Which
it's...
also has Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, yeah. The remake. Yeah, that's funny. Never thought about that. The original one, sorry if you like it, but it's terrible. Really, really terrible.
Is that the one where she's like on the bus and she gets like coins out of her socks?
I think so.
I love that one. And I also love, like, those are like true nostalgic for me. And also like Race to Witch Mountain. I forgot what it was, but these kids would like touch each other's hands and like purple lights would come out.
Yes!
You know what I'm talking
you're
about?
I never watched it, but I know what you're talking about because it was like on Disney Channel.
Yeah, it was one of those Disney original movies.
I think it's because you grew up with it. Same thing with Swiss Family Robinson. It's like not that great of a movie for people that watch it now, but I grew up with it, and so I love it.
Oh my gosh, it's like In-N-Out. Like, I personally don't care for In-N-Out, but it's nostalgic for me. So, anyways, had to slip that in there. Welcome to the food episode. I'm joking. What about your nostalgic movie?
I had a list, but I'm just gonna say one. Fifth Element.
I love that one. That one is so good.
That's a nostalgic movie.
I don't
for
know
me.
that movie.
And it's got Bruce Willis and
It's got the diva.
oh my gosh, the diva. And it's got
You've probably heard the opera
opera song.
scene.
Oh yeah.
It's a sound that I think they use on TikTok. I don't even want to try to do it for you. It's crazy.
It's an alien sci-fi. Exactly.
Come on, Cooper!
Yeah. You know it now? Do you know it now?
We knew it. Of course you knew it, Blakely.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that's from Fifth Element. And just so good. Chris Rock
Oh, yeah.
cracks me up in it. Like,
Ruby Rose.
oh my gosh, does so well
Yeah.
to be that character.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow.
You know, it took me forever to realize that his character wasn't gay.
Yeah.
Because I thought his character was super flamboyant, which he was.
Yeah, I believe that. I definitely thought he was gay.
And then he was like hooking up with the girls. in
Right! With the girl in the
thing.
space. That's, see? Yes, that's where I realized.
Bye.
I was like, oh, wait, what are they doing? Like, when I was a kid watching it, I was like, what's going on? Like, I had no clue what's going on. But now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
And it's quotable. Yeah. I just am like, I don't quote it around Cooper because he doesn't know it. But
I've watched it the one time.
yeah.
That was enough for me.
I do love that movie. It was really good. I could watch that movie a lot of times. But I also wanted to get into like movies that we can't stand. And like I've only or any franchise, like any kind of movie, the movies I cannot watch or just refuse to watch. I've seen like the first 3 and then I realized, I'm not really into it. Is the Saw movies. I love horror. Horror movies are my favorite kind of genres. Well, they were. Now it's psychological thrillers. But horror movies, they used to like bring a reaction out of me. But nowadays, I just feel like horror movies rely too much on jump scares. So anyways, the reason why I don't like the Saw movies is because it's way too gory. And I can kind of feel it. Like if somebody's getting their hand chopped off, I feel like my hand's getting chopped off. So yeah.
I watched the trailer for the new one that's coming out.
There's a new one coming out?
Oh, we gotta watch that
10.
trailer.
10?
Not 10 new ones. No,
Oh.
10.
Number 10.
No,
Okay,
that's
thanks,
amazing.
Blakely.
Yeah, and I was like, this looks so good. Like, it really does look good, paying homage to the old ones. And then it got to the gory scenes. And just the trailer, I was like, oh, I cannot handle that. It's not for me.
I can't believe I ever watched those movies. I'm like, I can't believe I watched this
I
one.
know. Those used to put me to sleep, but they're just too much for me. I'm not a huge fan of slasher films. Do you guys even like horror movies?
Mm-hmm.
I like scary movies, but definitely not gore.
Not the like torture, painful. I can't watch this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like more paranormal movies, but not Paranormal Activities. Those didn't scare me. I was surprised that anybody got scared. It was just a bunch of empty cabinets.
Hold up. Paranormal Activity 2 was the very, very, very first scary movie I ever saw in my life. The scene where
The time. Sorry, I'm just like thrown off by that because I'm like, how old were you?
I didn't grow up. I was in high school. I think I was a junior. I didn't grow up, like, horror movies were not allowed in my house. That was not a thing. And so when my sister, who was 19, could get all of us into rated R movies, that was, like, the first one that I was like, yeah, I want to go. My mom was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah.
Because your sister was 21 or
19.
Oh, okay.
And so we went in the scene where she's getting dragged down the stairs, like from the baby's room down into the basement. I flipped out. Then the very next day, I woke up before everybody else, and I played violin at the time. And the rule was that my mom was before I could watch TV or play on my tablets or anything like that as a junior in high school. Like, what the freak? I had to practice my violin 30 minutes a day. I was a really good violinist. And everybody was asleep, And so I wanted to get my practicing done, so I started playing, and my mom's like, go down in the basement and play it. And I flipped out. She's like, you're never watching a horror movie again. I started crying. And so I went into our garage and was practicing.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah. So I have seen movies since then. I'm a little more okay with it now, but that was my first exposure to it.
To horror movies?
Yes. To scary movies in general.
I didn't watch scary movies growing up either. I think the first one I saw, I was like 7th or 8th grade. It was like, I think it was When a Stranger Calls.
I haven't seen that.
That one is a nostalgic one for me because I had it on DVD. But I've never seen it.
Does nostalgic just mean DVD?
Just having the DVD, like, I just remember, I could tell you the case. It had, like, these eyes with, like, noses in it.
What?
Yeah. It's nostalgic when I think of it, but don't ask me about
I've
it.
never seen it.
Yeah. Don't ask me a question about it, except for the name.
Okay, so now I get to tell you the movies that I hate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ruffle some feathers, but... Well, probably not with y'all, but Rocky. Cannot stand Rocky. I've only seen the first one, and I do not understand why that movie is anything special for anyone. I know that Sylvester Stallone, like, he was really poor at the time, and he wrote the movie and then starred in it, and that's, like, what made him big. I think he like, was almost homeless. He had a turtle and a dog, and he was, like, gonna sell his dog for money.
For someone that
Something
doesn't
like
like
that.
it, he knows a hell
The
of a lot
facts.
about it.
Maybe-
This is Cooper.
It's because my dad loves this movie. That's the feathers that I'm
My
ruffling right
dad
now.
loves the Rockies all
So
over.
it
yeah.
must be a time thing.
I think so.
When it came out, it was important to people.
It's like Madonna.
And I think I lied about him selling his dog. He was actually giving his food to his dog, and he was, like, starving himself. So he was very poor. Anyway, Rocky. Not a good movie. Like, terrible acting, terrible writing, and honestly kind of a stupid ending. So, I don't know. I haven't seen the Creeds either, but supposedly those are really good. And Rocky, I just have no patience for. Like, when the song comes on, I'm like, I don't even want to pretend to be hyped up to this.
I feel like
Adrian.
that's how I feel about a lot of movies from that time. I watch things from the 80s, and I'm like, this is the rave?
Yeah.
Unless it's The Breakfast Club, because I love The Breakfast Club.
There's good movies from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot that when you say Rocky and what you're talking about, I'm thinking of like other movies. I'm like, I have that same feeling about other movies from that era.
And I think it helps when you grow up with them.
I've never seen
Woo!
What was
Ruffling Feathers. I said Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Oh.
As long as it's not the third one, I don't care. The one with...
Is that the one with the cranberries? Oh my gosh, what did I just do? I was
have
trying
no
to sing the
idea.
cranberry song. Is that the one with the girl?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, the one with cranberries. See,
Oh my gosh, I'm so
I come
fake.
through with the soundtrack with
Yes.
the movies, for the movies, you guys.
Mhm. Kelly Swank.
Oh my gosh, that's her?
Yes.
I think that's like where she started.
Wow.
Mhm.
So.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, and so
Gorgeous.
Hilary Swank makes me think of the episode of The Office. I know we're talking about movies when they're like, is she beautiful? Is she not? I don't think she's that pretty.
I think she's pretty.
I
I
don't
think she's gorgeous.
I don't think so. Sorry.
I think one of the things that makes her really pretty is that she does have some masculine features.
Oh,
Like,
definitely,
she's
yeah.
a little bit more mannish, but I don't mean that in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
She's a tomboy, is what I think of, and I think she pulls it off really well.
Yeah. I mean, I thought she was great.
Is she the one that's in the movie with the school?
Yeah, Freedom Riders.
Freedom Riders?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I have either way on that.
What about a movie that you hate?
Oh, but I can tell you that. Movie I cannot stand, Avatar The Last Airbender. M. Night Shyamalan ruined that movie. Ruined that franchise. I'm like, this could have been so good. But honestly, I'm like, I'm glad if they do remake it, it's like at a time where CGI and technology is going to be like way better. Because
Could do it justice.
that was a different time
Yeah,
with
but that's-
CGI, but still, his movies in general, there's some good ones. Most
Most are stupid.
are stupid, and he is okay with bad acting. I don't understand it. I don't understand
why he likes Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is terrible in everything I've ever seen him in. I haven't seen Die Hard, though. But Sixth Sense, he's awful. Fifth Element, I'm sorry, but he's not very good in that either. He is not a good actor, and he keeps getting cast. Unbreakable, terrible. One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
You know, he has dementia now.
I know, I feel bad for
He
talking
does.
about him.
I have no idea. But, like, when I do think of his acting, I think of, like, a lot of, like, confused look and whispering. Like, he's always whispering. Yeah, but...
So true.
I also have to throw another one on this list, and it's a very unpopular opinion. Come for me in the comments. Remember the Titans.
I love that movie.
I know. Every mother effing person out in the world does. And I think that's what... And it's very specific to me. So, everyone was talking about it. I don't like sports movies in general. Like, I can't. And then it just got played so much in my life that I was like, this movie, seriously, we're watching this. Why? It's not that great. And so I think it was a compound of I don't like sports movies, and then everyone was overhyping it. Everybody loved it. It was always playing. It was always a go-to at the time. And now I'm just like, yeah, remember Titans. I could just go the rest of my life and never see that again, and it'd be okay.
Do you like The Blind Side?
I've watched it. I honestly could add that to the other list on here of like, yeah, I've watched it. I don't know if I would care to watch it again.
Oh.
I'd say those are like my two favorite sports movies.
I really love Remember the Titans. That movie actually makes me cry.
Me too. Multiple times.
Yes.
Denzel Washington.
It's phenomenal. That's probably one... I can't really stand Denzel and his newer stuff.
I've liked him in everything I've ever seen him in.
Great.
No rebuttal?
No, because he is a very good actor. I just feel like the stuff that I've seen him in lately, I'm like, I guess I just have really high expectations for him.
I can't remember the last movie I saw him in, so I haven't seen his new stuff.
But I think Denzel Washington is so good in that movie. The message in that movie is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love Blindside. I love Radio. That one makes me sob because it really hits hard with me. I love sports movies.
So you love sports movies.
I do. I do, but I grew up loving sports. I kind of going back to sports and Rocky, because boxing is a sport and we're on that level. Like, if I were to say there was a good boxing movie, I would say Cinderella Man is a good boxing movie. I think that is with, what's his face? I can't think about it.
Russell Crowe?
Yes. He's in Les Mis and Gladiator, which is amazing. But yeah. But my movie that I can't stand...
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm done.
is Remember Me. Do you know that movie?
I know that movie.
It is with Robert Pattinson. And it is about 9/11. And it is the worst ending I've ever had in my life.
I have so much to say, so keep going.
I don't want to spoil it. I don't think you guys are ever going to watch it, but it's like...
Oh, please spoil it for me.
This whole movie is a love story about how these two people... I watched it once, in high school, and I was so mad. It's about this love story, and then at the end, he dies in the 9/11 attacks. And it's just so... Oh, it just infuriates me.
Was it a book?
Might have been.
It might have been, yeah.
But that's
Nicholas
how it
Sparks.
ends, is he's in the building and the plane is coming towards the building, and then it skips everything and jumps to his tombstone, or his headstone.
Ooh.
And it just
What the heck?
so... Oh, it's infuriating.
They're too soon.
Terrible. And I don't really remember much of it, but I remember even the main story, the good parts that were supposed to be good, were still terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Not worth making that movie.
When did this movie come out?
I know, I was trying to look it up.
Because if it's Robert Pattinson, I'm assuming it's after Twilight series.
I think
that's why we all wanted to watch it.
I think it's after Twilight. Oh yeah, that's why I watched it. I think it's after Twilight or towards the very end of Twilight.
It was 2010. And I love Robert Pattinson. I think that he's a really good actor. I think he gets a lot of gripe because of Twilight, and I think he's shown that he's bigger than that and can do more than that. But this, and I think he probably acted very well in this movie. It just was a stupid story.
Dumb story. Probably one of the worst stories I've ever. It's just terrible.
I agree.
Wow. Speaking, of worst endings, there's quickly, there's this movie. It's called Drag Me to Hell. I don't know if you guys seen it. Anyways, you guys probably won't ever watch it. Can I spoil it? Yeah, so it's like this lady, she got cursed from this gypsy.
Yes!
Yeah, and this gypsy ripped off one of her buttons and breathed on it. And
Breathed?
Breathe on it.
That
Yeah.
demonstration was awesome.
Yes, anyways.
Breathe in.
Sorry, that's a different movie. But anyways, yeah, no. That movie makes me so mad because it's literally, she goes through everything and I was rooting for her. Anyway, she got dragged to hell. Literally. Yeah, after trying so hard.
Yeah.
So that's one movie that I hate the ending. But I wanted to finish off with what movies can we all watch over and over again? That could probably put you to sleep. You could put it in the background while you're working.
Oh, that's how this question was supposed to be? I was thinking the opposite.
Oh, yeah, no, tell us.
One that I could watch over and over. So let me revert back to my childhood, because there was a movie that I used to watch over and over and over and over again. I used to play, rewind it, and play. And it was a Muppets movie, and it's The Frog Prince. And that's where I learned the Jamaica, da-na-na, come on, pretty mama. That's where I learned that song. And I loved it. And I was obsessed with it. There's a really scary monster in it. I used to sit, it was only when we visited my grandma in South Carolina, where everybody would be doing something and I'd be in the den, and I just watch it over and over again just by myself. I loved it. Now, if there was a movie that I had to watch over and over again that I was captivated by, there's two. The Prestige, which we watched
great movie
2-3 weeks ago, and then I really love The Dark Knight. That one I can watch over and over and over again.
Does M. Night Shyamalan? No.
They're both
Christopher Nolan.
They're both
yeah.
Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
M. Night Shyamalan wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my the ones that I could watch again and again and again.
I've never heard of that Frog Prince one, but to fill in the blank, it's Jamaica, Bahama, come on, pretty mama.
That's what I was gonna say. Then I got scared. I didn't want to say the wrong word.
I thought it was Aruba.
Aruba, Jamaica.
Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty. I got the soundtracks.
Okay. Come through with the
to Key
facts.
Largo, Montego.
Hey.
Baby, why don't we go?
Get it?
Down to Coco. Something like that, yeah.
Slade Blakely.
My rewatchable movies are Ever After.
With Drew Barrymore.
Angelica Houston.
You
both
have
of them.
great taste.
I know.
I should have known this. Cooper has great taste in almost everything.
Okay, well,
Almost everything.
Almost, sorry, everything.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's definitely
it's
will
so
make me
good.
cry
Mhm.
multiple times.
Loved it.
I think it's beautiful. I think Drew Barrymore gets a lot of flack for her accent in that movie, which isn't the greatest, but we love her. And she just has this natural beauty, and that character, the whole reimagining of the Cinderella story, it's never been done better than Ever After. That is the best one. And
That was supposed to be like a spin or a...
yes, no, nay. Come on, man.
I'm so fake. Yeah, no, I love that movie so much, but it's starting to make sense with the sisters. But one of them was really nice to her.
Yeah.
So, it was a little
And
throwing
I
out.
love
Leonardo da Vinci was the fairy godmother.
It was it
Wait.
basically was taking the fairy out of the tale and making it just this
Yeah.
could have really happened. Cinderella was a real person, and let me tell you her story.
Okay,
The person
they made it
who-
more realistic.
Yeah. Was this what Leonardo da Vinci is, the inventor, all that?
The guy walking on the water.
Yeah.
And I love I love that part. I love Angelica Houston. I think she's amazing. I wish there were more movies that I've seen her, and I need to dive into her career a bit more. I watched Witches.
Okay, that's all that matters to me.
That's another one that I think I needed to grow up with to truly appreciate. But Addams Family, love her in that one. Love her as the stepmom in Ever After. And then the last movie I'll say is 13 Going on 30. That's a movie that I can watch over and over again. Makes me laugh. It's very cute. Very feel-good type of movie.
I did like that movie. It made me it made me want to be 30.
Right? And now you're like, 30 sucks.
Yeah, seriously, my back aches all the time. Just kidding.
30 and flirty and not really thriving.
Not thriving, kinda.
Well, we were talking about all our back and neck pain.
Oh, true. True. 30, flirty. My movie that I could watch over and over again. Actually, it's not even like much of a movie. It was like an MTV like special. It was called Fat Camp. Have you guys ever seen it?
No.
Yeah, no. There was like 2 seasons of it. It's not a show. It was like a documentary, but I could watch it over and over again, and I can quote both movies.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like this girl named Diane. You guys have you guys watched any MTV movies?
I feel like this sounds familiar. Fat Cap.
Yeah.
So
it was like this guy named Petey, and they would just they had like drama, like dating drama, and like it's something you would never think that would happen at like a fat camp, but it's like pretty much goes around showing the stories of like teenagers and like what they were going through at the time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's reality or it was scripted?
Reality.
Oh, wow. Unlocked a memory.
But that is something I can watch over and over again and quote it.
Mine is Beaches. It is a movie from the 80s. It is, I don't know, it's funny, it's quotable, it's really good music, really good soundtrack.
And Bette Midler is just amazing in that movie.
She is
so good.
Honestly, I like all the cast. I think they all do well. And then Sad too, and I feel like it does a really good job of portraying ups and downs in friendships and
and
lifelong friendships. Yeah. My favorite character on there was Cece Bloom when she was a little girl. I thought she had so many personality.
Hit it.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, yes, and I love Mayim Bialik so much. I think she's great.
She did such a good job. Such a great child actor. Like, she killed it. And she looks and plays so much like Bette Midler.
Oh
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's like crazy.
It's crazy how much they look similar. Yeah.
I was like, this looks like someone that grew up to this person.
Yeah. That, I will say, is my favorite movie that Sean's ever shown me. I think it's super sweet, super cute. You need to see it.
Yeah, I've never seen it. But we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. And then I was traveling, and it was on the plane, and I was like, oh, should I watch it? But I was like, no, I should probably watch it with you guys first. So, I was this close, though.
Oh, my goodness. Please watch it with me, too, there. Like, I want to be there and see Blakely's reaction.
But I had my Switch, and I said, I'm going to play this instead.
Smart choice.
Smart choice.
Yeah.
I we definitely want to see it.
I feel like everybody chose a happy movie, and I chose dark.
No, Dark Knight. It's so good.
Yeah.
Which is surprising.
Surprising for your personality, because you're bubbly and happy, but then your like watch movie over and over again was Dark Knight and
The Prestige. Because I really I have a ton of like favorite movies. These aren't like my top favorite movies, but movies that really get me and make me feel and make me like want to be a better person are these deep, intense movies. And so that's how I be. I said what I said.
You said what you said, girl. And, on that note, I really enjoyed talking about movies. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. And plus, I just like hearing people's movie choices and seeing what they're into. I'm very open-minded. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into our podcast. We are the fake Bitzes, and we try to be as fake as we can be. But anyways, thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.